Okay, so starting at the beginning, when and why did you start working with me and start appointment setting?
So at the beginning, the reason why I got into appointment setting with you was because I saw the lifestyle that you were living. So I saw on your stories that you were in Bali. You were all over the place, to be honest. I can't even remember the list of countries that I saw you in. But I knew that you were working, making money whilst being able to go to all these different countries and effectively work from wherever you wanted. And I, at the time, was stuck in a 9 to 5 job, which I absolutely hated with a passion.
It's so
Um,
your job because I remember when we first spoke, you were like, I literally can't even get away from it for a second.
yeah, like it was just, it was horrendous. And I just felt like I always knew like I am not the type of person to do a 9 to 5. I actually cannot go to an office every day and do that. Like I want to see the world and I want to be able to kind of have like that flexibility. So that made me reach out to you, of course. And then at the time you were just at the beginning of your coaching and I decided to go ahead with it.
Yeah. And then what do you think, like, obviously you've said about the lifestyle and wanting to travel, but like what's been the biggest benefit of, I guess, appointment setting, and why did you choose appointment setting over other freelance positions and other things that could give you that flexibility?
I would say because obviously when I started, I didn't know too much about it, and to be honest, like if I'm being completely honest, it was more of like, oh, I'll just see how it goes, see what happens. But once I got into the role and managed to get my first few clients, I just loved it because it's one of those things where, unlike what you get with a 9 to 5, the harder you work, the more money that you earn. And I do thrive off having that challenge and having that potential. So when I'm working and I was getting some really good commission coming in and making lots of sales and stuff, it's something that I just really enjoyed and it fitted really well with my personality. And I love just the little things like being able to kind of like go to the gym during day hours and do like, do you know what I mean? Do things like that. Or like, being able to like go and cook my own lunch and eat properly instead of just going to an office and grabbing like stuff because you feel like you're rushing. Huh?
The office microwaves, that's like the no-go.
Oh my God. And it was like a long queue to use it as well. Like, you'd literally have to wait to eat your lunch because there was only one.
I feel like me and you had some of the same pain points when it came to an office role, where it was like the roles that we were in, it was really hard to increase your salary and to actually progress without literally sucking up to everyone in that office. Whereas now being in sales, it is sort of like that. The harder you work, the more you get back.
100%. I just felt so uninspired in my office job, and I feel the opposite with this. And obviously, like through the years, I've been able to grow and learn, and you can progress onto like different clients and like high ticket clients, and you know, you can challenge yourself, and there's more opportunities, and you're in control of it instead of having to wait for someone to promote you like you would in a 9 to 5.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like you've been doing it for a couple of years now,
Like
basically.
honestly, like I think we're nearly at 3 years. I think it'll be 3 years in November.
That's insane.
I know. It's actually gone so quick.
No, it's 2 years in November because I've only been doing it 2.5.
Oh, really?
Yeah. 2023.
Oh my God. Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, no, you're right, actually.
Yeah, no, I think it is 3 years. It's definitely 3 years because I've had.
No, because I went to Bali in 2023 that summer. That was my first time in Bali. Then you came the following year.
Yeah, but oh, did I? Oh, yeah, I did. Did I go last year?
Yeah, it was 2024.
Either way, I've been doing it for a long time.
What happens is the days blur into one, but you've had so many clients, which I feel like has been really good. You've been really reliable, obviously, on my team to pick up different accounts. And I feel like you've not shied away from different industries as well. But like, how would you say your career in appointment setting has progressed? Like, what's been your biggest learnings? What's your experience been like?
Well, it's just been such a journey. So obviously, yeah, I think I started off, and the majority of like my appointment setting career, I've done mainly fitness clients. But yeah, now I've really kind of explored some other kind of niches. and one of my clients at the moment is in the business mentoring area. And I think it's just learning. I've learned kind of like what I enjoy the most, and being able to like, because obviously when you're in the account as well and you're talking about a certain type of niche every day, you learn so much about it. So you're not just learning appointment setting, you're learning about your client and what their offer is.
For you were with me when I like partnered with that agency and it ended up being quite a shambles. And I feel like it's really good to have setters like you on the ground, where from that experience, like I definitely learned how to navigate difficult partnerships. And I know that I feel like it really, I guess it inspired the setters I was working with just to be a bit more cutthroat and like have more value in what they would do, it like what you're doing. So then I think that's probably a reason as well for leveling up and going into such high ticket clients.
Yeah, definitely. I think learning the value of what you're giving someone is definitely a lesson I've learned, because like I've been with clients who maybe haven't valued me so much, or has shown traits that I don't necessarily like in terms of what I'd like to work with. So obviously then when you do move forward and you find new clients, it's always good to already know what you're looking for too, because yes, a client is maybe interviewing you, but you also want to know that they're a fit for you as well.
100%.
Yes.
What's been the difference? Because I know that now you're working on a team what is the difference between working for a client when they are like the sole person on that team to working as part of a bigger organization?
I'd say everything. I would say, even though I think the one-on-one relationship is great, it's a bit more quick, it's a bit more casual maybe, it's a bit more chill, and I do still have that with a client, but I think that maybe can affect motivation, whereas when you're with a team, it feels like there's more opportunity, obviously have more support, you're working on your offers and on the account and whatever together. So if you're unsure on something, you can just reach out to someone else, or if you're having a bit of a slow day, like you can get some words of wisdom, and you feel like you're building and working towards something bigger. Whereas when it's just that one-on-one, you sometimes may get to a point where you're like, okay, what's next, sort of thing.
It feels like they're still finding their feet a bit, whereas like accounts, you can really see a vision. And I think that's one of the things with onboarding now. I've obviously gone over it quite a bit over the last few months, where it's like, these are the sorts of questions that you want to be asking and these are the things that you should avoid. And I think it's super important, obviously, to understand the client's account, then be passionate about it and actually see yourself getting on with a client, because I think it's really easy to say yes to every opportunity, but sometimes you do have to do what will bring you the most joy and satisfaction. Obviously, you can learn a lot as well.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
So so going back to these opportunities and your experience and just your appointment setting career, how has what I have done with the course and the training contributed to that?
Well, I wouldn't have been able to do it without it, right? That's the long and short of it. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't have been able to do it without your training. Obviously, the training itself was great because I learned everything that I needed to know, but it wasn't just like a train you and see you later. Obviously, I'm now 2.5 years down the line, and we're still in contact when it comes to work, and when I need support, and you still like help me out with things, or even if I've just needed an opinion, I've been able to come with you, and it's been so helpful. So like, yeah, it's been everything. It's not just like a one-hit wonder. It's like, value and support that you're getting throughout your whole career. And it's been really good as well to be in like a community of other lead setters that you've trained, because when there has been like difficult times with partnerships and stuff like that, we've all been able to kind of lean on each other, and like, or ask opinions and like, oh, what would you guys do in this situation? So that's been really valuable as well, having that community and that support.
Yeah, it's been so nice, because obviously with you having done it for so long, then I feel like you go through some of the phases that I initially had when I first started the training, where it's like you're at capacity and you need someone else to almost pick up a client. So you've been really good at posting roles into the group chat as well and keeping your eyes peeled, because I feel like sometimes roles come out of like the woodworking, you're like, wait, I actually know someone that has been on the community call or that I've been introduced to that might be perfect for this. So it is really nice.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because it's nice to give each other opportunities as well.
Yeah, and it's just like you'd never really realize before how many online businesses need setters and like that sales support. Yeah, thanks for that. I love when I see you put in a role. And then what would you say to someone that is on the fence when it comes to appointment setting, training, working remotely?
I would say do it, 100% do it, because I feel like there are so many kind of like get rich quick schemes, or like, you know, make £1,000 every day from the comfort of your sofa, whatever. So I get why some people might feel a little bit skeptical, and they might think that it's not legit, or they might think like surely not. But it really is. Like, I'm not saying it's not a get rich quick scheme, but if you want to build something, if you want to build a career that gives you flexibility, it doesn't mean you have to go into an office, and you can work from wherever you want. You can be in charge of your own hours. Like, you 100% should do it. And it's so, obviously there is skill that goes behind it, and you have to put time in and the training in, but it's also easily done, if that makes sense. Like, anyone can do it, you know. You just need to be good at like holding a conversation, but the skills that you need, you obviously can develop through your training as well.
I think I was like shocked because you were obviously in fashion, I was in marketing. And when you learn the skills of an appointment setter, they're so transferable and you can use them to do anything.
Anything. 100%. Yeah. Like the skills you learn, even just in your own like personal life, like how to hold yourself and how to like be savvy, and you know, like
speaking to so many different people, it's like you develop this whole new like
personality,
complexity of everyone's personality.
Yeah, no, literally, because one hour you could be like some like gym lad who's like, yes, so how you doing? The next you could be like a little like a beauty girl, or you know, a business mentor, whatever. So like the things you're learning is really, really good, and it's really transferable.
That reminds me of like our first call when you said, Rach, like what exactly is it? And I was like, I literally can't really, like I couldn't really put it into words at the time. I was like, so basically you pretend to be someone in the DMs, but you have to have these sales mechanisms to try and convert them into like paying clients. And you were just like, what?
At first, yeah, you're like, what do you even mean by that? But I also think it is one of those things that once you, so obviously with your training, you do role play, and you let your client practice and stuff like that. I think that is so valuable, because once you actually give it a go is when it kind of clicks in your head and you're like, oh, okay, like I can handle this and I can handle the conversation.
And I guess when it comes to people starting, then I remember when you messaged me and was like, I'm going to leave my 9 to 5. And it was after you'd sort of built that client base and almost had a bit more of that stability.
Yes. Yeah. That was a big day.
That was a big day.
It was such a big day. Because also there's probably so many people that are thinking about working with you and their goal is to leave the 9 to 5. And I'm just saying, like, you can do it, because I did it. Like, I had that job.
The same thing.
What, sorry?
I did it through the same way. Like,
yeah.
It's just like, right, I think I can do this. And then you just,
100%.
It's nice having a side hustle that can grow into like a full-time business.
Yeah, 100%. And I remember I set myself like a certain time frame of when I wanted to achieve it, but I think I gave myself like 4 months. And I remember I achieved it in like 2 months. Like I could have left my job in like 2 months, and I just longed it out as long as I could, just for financial reasons, just to get as much as I could. And then, yeah, it got to the point I was like, okay, I'm going to leave. And it was the best day ever.
It was literally when you'd be like, we'd be having a catch up and you'd be on your way to the gym and you were like, this is nuts.
Yeah, literally. Oh my God. Feels like so long ago. I mean, I guess it was.
It literally was so long ago. This is making me really happy to like revisit it, because I literally remember what your old job was, where it was. I could like picture you walking to work, and I was just like,
and it was just, everything was like grey, and everyone would just be sat silent typing all day, every day. Oh my God, it's horrible.
And then now you've spent time in Bali.
I literally, I set myself that goal as well, be able to leave my job and go and live abroad for however long. And I did that as well. I went and lived in Bali and worked the whole time that I was there.
Yeah, because I remember as well when you landed, and I think you were working in the pool, and like Scarlett put up a picture, and I was just like, oh my God, it happened. She's seeing it.
That's such a nice moment for you though as well, because you've
Yeah.
like you've made that happen. Do you know what I mean?
No, it's so good. And then I feel like this is a question that I want to ask you is like, where can you see yourself, I guess, in 5 years? Like, would you ever return back to the 9 to 5, or like, how do you want to grow and develop this career?
So no, I would definitely never go back to the 9 to 5 for sure. No. I will definitely progress being self-employed. I still obviously I've told you before, like I have played with the idea of maybe looking at coaching myself.
I think
don't know.
Good. It's definitely something to consider, because like with appointment setting, you're learning now the skills from like a business mentor, and then you've got like all of the tools to see how the business works. So I think it's really nice to have these conversations, and ultimately my goal is for like everyone that trains with me to be successful with whatever they want. And I think there's just so much opportunity out there in the online space. So I feel like appointment setting is a bit of a gateway to understanding that.